and the payment of a few dollars, we were finally allowed to pass the last checkpoint. We arrived in the center of Paicho town. Most of the brick houses were destroyed or abandoned. By coincidence and unnoticed by the NRA, our cameraman was able to film the following scene. Soldiers driving away confiscated herds of cattle from the villages, usually to be exchanged for weapons from Libya. After the soldiers left, this young boy took us to a village near Agung. Government troops ravaged this home on April 17, 1991. They raped the family of Juliana Ayeko, as reported by Amnesty International. A neighbor of the family recalls this terrible night.
Soldiers came at 9 p.m. with torches in their hands. They forced us to leave the hut and demanded money. Since we didn't have any, they beat and kicked us.
Ayeko is still unable to walk a year after being raped and beaten.
Then the soldiers raped me. I screamed with pain. I saw how they raped my wife and my daughter-in-law.
The child was on my lap when the soldiers came. I screamed, "Leave me alone, I have a child," but to no avail. I put the child on my shoulder like this while I held him there. I was being raped. I heard that AIDS can hide in your body for a long time. Now already there is blood in my stool. Of course I know that there is no medication against this deadly virus. Like many people in this area, I will die. The AIDS perpetrators left in the villages lots of infected victims and many huts burnt to the ground. They raped.
Uns vergewaltigten sie. Alle Getreidespeicher brannten sie nieder, hier und dort auch.
Kampala, the capital of Uganda. Here corruption and AIDS is discussed openly, but the Operation Sim Sim is absolutely taboo. We ask our NRA contact officer about the reasons for the unprecedented acts of brutality.
The soldiers who went to the north wanted to get revenge. When they were fighting in the bush, their leaders claimed that the regime from the north took everything from them, the land, the houses, and the women.
Die Soldaten, die in den Norden geschickt wurden, wollten Rache üben.
The atrocities are being committed not only by enlisted soldiers, but also by officers.
Den Boden, die Häuser und die Frauen. Jetzt rächen sie sich dafür grausam. Nicht nur die einfachen Soldaten, sondern auch die Offiziere.
Uganda has 1 million soldiers. More than 1/3 of them are HIV positive. The NRA soldiers are the rulers of Uganda. One of their weapons is AIDS, a weapon equally as powerful, effective, and deadly as any gun ever invented.
Like a war zone, and seldom visited by reporters or media from abroad. The destitution in the north is massive. 1.6 million civilians have been driven from their homes and are living in refugee camps. When darkness falls, tens of thousands of children crowd into the towns. They dare not sleep in the camps with their families, for fear of the nightly attacks and abductions by the LRA. The rumors of child soldiers proved true.
In the morning, they began to register us. They noticed our names down. Then we began just training.
Did they ask for your age?
They not consider about that one.
This centre was set up a week before our arrival to help children who've served in the government army, the UPDF. Some of the children have deserted the army by themselves. Others have been helped to leave by UNICEF.
Some have been injured, was running barefooted, getting wounds. When you go to the medical center, they just beat you, say that's the medicine.
What is the medicine?
The beating, caning. You receive there a lot of stroke, then you send you away. If you're very, very weak, they just leave you. And if you die, they just bury you there. In training camp.
Did you have friends who died?
Yeah.
The rules and regulations for recruitment into UPDF are very, very clear. They state clearly that no children under 18 should be recruited into UPDF. The issue, of course, is that those commanders in the field who do recruitment in different areas are not taking the time or the effort to actually verify the ages of these children.
But some of the children we meet are so small that nobody could ever believe they were 18. Their recruitment bears witness to a deliberate, cynical practice. The children are enticed into an army training camp near the capital on false pretenses. The camp is under the command of one of the president's senior advisors, Major Kagoza Mutala.
Before we reach that place, Kagoza Mutala bring a certain form that we should fill that form for free education. He said that we should get prepared for the journey to go to school. And we prepare, then we go.
This boy says that he and some 250 other children were taken to the camp on government buses.
We have heard from these children that they were promised a scholarship in a secondary school in a place called Matembe in Luero, but when they went there, they found that it was a camp where they were undergoing military training. But it's incredible that there has been a lot of publicity here in the district with the radio encouraging children to join this institution, which under the cover of a secondary school is actually a military camp.
Others are still 13 years old, others are 12 years old.
And all of them thought they were going to school?
Yes.
The reason why here, as well as in many other parts of the world, there are groups with governments or rebel groups interested in child soldiers, is because they realize that when you get a child soldier, he will obey anything. He will not question anything. And because a child doesn't have a sense of judgment yet. So it's very easy to manipulate his brain. You can put in the front line, you can ask him to do anything, he will follow it.